All right, let's meet the members of the Hall of Fame class of 2016. And let's start with Jake Eaton from the class of 2003. He is the winningest quarterback in the history of University of Maine football. He led the Bears to 28 victories in his 4 seasons. I was privileged to be on the mic for every one of those, including Maine's first postseason win ever. He set a team record as a sophomore, completing 65.9% of his passes, and also worked with the seniors to organize a summer program, and that program has become a key part of the university's success. In 2001, the Maine Black Bears won the A-10 title and went to the playoffs for the first time since 1989. The Black Bears traveled down to Lake Charles, Louisiana, to face heavily favored McNeese State, or as they say it down there, McNeese State. As we walked through the parking lot before the game, the fans heckled Bob Lucy and myself on our way to do the radio broadcast, inviting us to come on over here and enjoy some Black Bear etouffee. Well, it turned out that the meal was on them, as Jake led the Black Bears to a big win. The late Royston English had 33 rushing attempts. Jake was the picture of efficiency, and the Black Bears won their first ever playoff game, 14-10. The next week, Jake lit up the scoreboard at the Unidome out at Northern Iowa, unfortunately coming up short in that one in the national quarterfinal game. But next year, Jake Eaton led the Black Bears back to the playoffs, the first time in history that they went in back-to-back seasons. The numbers for his career speak for themselves. 58 passing touchdowns, 19 rushing touchdowns, 7,145 passing yards, and a 59.5% completion rate, and just one of the toughest competitors you'll ever see at the University of Maine. Jake went on to play in the Canadian Football League and the Arena League, and these days, doing what comes naturally. He is an athletic director and coach, not of a football team, but of a state championship basketball team in Rutland, Vermont. But he is the athletic director of a school without football. But he's making it work, and he's becoming a soccer fan along the way. One of my favorite Black Bears to ever cover. Please welcome Hall of Famer Jake Eaton.
Thanks, Rich. Where were you about 10 years ago when I needed a good agent? Can you all hear me? First off, I'd like to thank the M Club for this amazing event. It's so special to me to come back here. Obviously, bring my family back up here, my wife, my in-laws, and see all my classmates, my teammates. Saw Manch Wheeler today. Manch, thank you for that beautiful ad in the program. Means a lot. And just thank the M Club for this amazing event, coming back up here. Hall of Fame, wow. It's a tremendous honor, and I'm truly humbled to be standing here today to represent Maine football, and most importantly, all the people that were involved in my 4 amazing years here at Maine. You won't find a better group of people. My grandfather once told me, surround yourself with good people and good things will happen. And that simple quote sums up my 4 years here at Maine. I truly feel guilty being up here because, without just my teammates and the people involved, there's no way I'd be standing up here. We had guys like Stephen Cooper, who's obviously probably the greatest player to ever play at University of Maine. Guys like Chad Hayes, All-American tight end. He was like the Rob Gronkowski of 1AA football. Guys like Dave Cassano, who was an all-conference free safety, high-character guy on and off the field. Brendan Curry, my best friend, sitting over there. Heart and soul of our football team, a captain with me. Zach Magulero, lineman, great guy. Rich Menson, Royston English, the late great Royston English. The list goes on and on, guys. And I had never been a part of something so special and so gratifying. And yes, the back-to-back championships were special. The first team to win a playoff game was awesome. It was epic, you know. But the things that mean the most to me are, you know, the moments I share with my teammates. You know, the conversations in the locker room, the road trips, all the things we went through. We grew up here together in Maine. We became men here in Maine, and those are the things I'll cherish and smile and laugh about the most and miss the most, are my teammates in those moments. So I was so grateful to be surrounded by such amazing, talented people as my teammates. So without them, I know I wouldn't be standing up here today. So forgive me if I'm a little emotional. Three men had a profound impact on my life here at Maine. First one is that good-looking young man over there, Walter Abbott. Walt was a mentor to me off the field, you know, ex-football coach, but in KPE department, kinesiology, health, physical education. He really steered me towards teaching. Rich, you forgot to mention, I teach health and phys ed to kindergarten through sixth graders. And it's the best job in the world. And, you know, without Walt's guidance and a little bit of ball busting, you know, I wouldn't have found my passion as an educator, as a teacher, as an administrator. You know, one of my favorite memories is him dropping us off in the middle of nowhere up in Maine at their outdoor leadership course. It was one of my fondest memories, and we used to play racquetball against each other. He still claims he beat me every time, but I don't remember that. So, Walter, thank you for, you know, steering me in that direction. I love my job. And next guy is Bobby Wilder. He's not here. He's the head football coach at Old Dominion University. I probably spent 6 hours a day with Bobby. He was my quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator, and I just loved how he challenged me every day, physically, mentally, emotionally, and you know, I heard Rich say the word efficient earlier, and we use that word every day. And Bobby kind of taught me about being efficient, you know, and not just in football, but being an efficient student, being an efficient person. And I know without him, I wouldn't have accomplished a lot of things. Lastly, Coach Jack Cosgrove, you're the reason I came here. You're a great leader of men. You're a rock star. Where are you? I love you, buddy. And I have a great quote that pertains to Coach Cos. Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And Cos empowered his players. I know he empowered me. He made me feel powerful. And, you know, even though he set the tempo as the head coach, he always made us feel like it was our team. And that's powerful for a young man, 18, 20-year-old guy. And, you know, to be accountable, be responsible. And it was never his way or the highway. Jack had a great, just, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but just a sense of it's not what his players couldn't do, it's what his players could do. So he was always putting us in a position to succeed. And, you know, he was that model. Our teams were so tough, mentally and physically tough, blue collar, chip on their shoulder, and that came from Jack. You know, he led by example, and I don't even know if he knows this, but one of the greatest influence he had on me was long after I was done playing here. I was playing in the Arena Football League for Jay Gruden in Orlando, and I finally, after 3 years of hard work, beat out one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I had my first start. In the second quarter, I blew out my knee. And, you know, career's over. I'm devastated. Everybody that knows me, I'm a positive guy. I see the best in everything, and I was distraught. And he was in the middle of double sessions here, and he called me, and he said something to me that really turned, you know, a negative into a positive. He said, Jake, you know, you're Jake the Snake. He goes, football will not define you. He goes, if this is the worst thing ever going to happen to you, you'll be all right. And, you know, I had people calling me and, you know, tell me what I wanted to hear. Oh, you can rehab, you're going to play again. And, You know, Coach Gaz, that one thing you said to me, you know, you'll always have a job here. You're going to go on and do great things. And, you know, if I hadn't listened to Coach Gaz, I wouldn't be working my dream job. I wouldn't have met my beautiful wife. I wouldn't have moved back to Vermont, where I love. And, you know, so I thank you, Coach Gaz. Love you. Lastly, to my family and friends, they're kind of spread out all over the place. You guys are my inspiration. I could stay here for hours. They said I only got 5 minutes and talk about each one of you. Every single one of you here, friends, teammates, family, my wife, my dad, my brother. You guys have always been great role models to me. Been there in a time of need, and just always been loving and supporting whatever I had to do. So again, I love you guys. Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to just thank my teammates again one last time, because to me, being the quarterback, you're kind of the face of the team, and I wish we could go into the hall together, my 2 championship teams. So this reward to me represents all that we accomplished. So congratulations to my teammates. I love you guys, and I love my time here. I'll be a Black Bear for life. Thank you.